Hello, good morning. Today we will be talking about a whole new concept regarding buoyancy. We have here the Archimedes principle, or also known as the law of buoyancy. So let me give you a best example on how a buoyant force works in real life. So first, let me ask you a question. Where do you feel the lightest? Where do you feel less weight? When you're standing on the ground or when you are inside of a body of water? Of course, you will feel less weight when you are in a body of water because you are being pushed up by this so-called buoyant force. So it lifts you up. That makes you feel less weight. So, a best example here is kapag tumingkayat ka, of course, mas mabigat yung feeling if you are standing on the ground alone. But when you are inside the body of water, a best example is a pool, you'll feel less pressure in your body. So, let's define buoyancy. Buoyancy is an upward force exerted by a fluid. So this is the object, this is the object, and the water exerts a force against the object, and it's known as the buoyant force. So the example that I showed a while ago is parehas lang nito. Itong object, this is the object, the water releases force towards this object. It lifts this object up. Okay, it pushes this object up, and that force that push this object up is known as the buoyant force. So, in relation to our topic, we have this Archimedes principle. The Archimedes principle states the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displaced water. Kung makikita nyo rito, no, we have here 7 pounds of, what do we call this? A block, let's say a block. And it's been placed in a water. So, ang nangyari, nabawasan ang weight niya ng 3 pounds. So, 7 naging 4 pounds na lang. So, nabawasan ito ng 3 pounds of water. And according sa Archimedes principle, the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displaced water. Ibig sabihin, the buoyant force here, the buoyant force is also equivalent to the weight of displaced fluid. So the weight of displaced fluid is 3 pounds of water. So what will be the buoyant force be? The buoyant force will be 3 pounds of force as well. So when we talk about the Archimedes principle, it describes the relation between the buoyant force and the volume of the displaced fluid, but also the density of the displaced fluid. So we can write this principle in equation form as buoyant force is equivalent to Pf times Vf times G, where Fb, or also known as the buoyant force, Pf is the density of the displaced fluid, Vf is the volume of the displaced fluid, and G is the acceleration due to gravity, or the 9.8 meters per second. It is very important to remember that the density and volume in this equation refer to the displaced fluid, not the object submerged in it.